So here I'll be explaining my coding assignment for Tech Week 4. Starting off over at the main class. The first part was to print out the values, the subtraction of the last digit minus the first one. So 93 minus 3 is 90. And then create a new array of integers and repeat the process, except add one more to the last spot. Here I added 40 to the last spot. So it would be 40 minus 3, that would be 37. And we can see that both using the same syntax for both of them works very well, using the length minus 1 for the first index and 0 for the other index. The second part of the assignment was to find an average for the length. Here I have a double average. Add each bit and then divide by the amount of ages, which would come out to an average of 30. After that, we had to create an array of strings using these names right here. We then had to find the average number of characters for that, which would be 3.83 repeated. And we would also have we would have to make a string. These all the names as we can see here, which we can see it's a success. But I use a string builder, which would add the name plus a space. After that, that would be the print right there. Questions 3 and 4 were just basic explanations. Number 5 has an array name lengths, which we can see here is just an array containing all the lengths of all the names. And we were not instructed to print this, so I just went ahead and kept it there. Question 6 would be printing out the sum total of the lengths, which we can see here would be 23. And if we did the math, 23 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.83 repeated. Then we have, after that, there is creating a function here I have a function called concatenator that takes in a string and a number. And that prints out, here we have the printout for that value right there. We scroll all the way up. And what we would have there, I put all the different methods all the way at the top. Main would be the last one that just calls everything, as we can see here. So for the concatenator, it simply takes in the string, takes in the integer, as we see over there. And first it checks if these are good values. If not, it would print out that it's a bad value. Otherwise, it would simply concatenate for using a string builder, append it, not concatenate. And then we'll return the string value of that string builder, which we can see down here is the repeated hellos. For part 8, it's simply taking the first name, last name, putting them together with a space, the name I have right here. Question 9 was checking an array, seeing if the array inputted the sum was greater than 100. I actually used the ages array for that. And it would constantly, and it had this check right here to make sure that the array was okay. Otherwise, it would go through this for loop. At any point, it would reach 100. It would return 0. This one would find the average for number 10. And for number 11, because we already had something that returns the average, we simply had to use that function right there, create a comparison for that. Will buy drink. Once again, very simple. Simply return the output of this function right here, which would check the boolean, the insert boolean, and compare the double with $10.50. And lastly, number 13 would be this comparison where it takes the boolean of the time and it would print out whether sleep is urgent, sleep would be all right, we could get ready. And if none of these pass, then it would simply say that we have time, which we see all prints out perfectly fine.